Hey peeps, Naisha here and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to talk about the new pilot that just came out on Choices called the Royal Wedding Planner. I'm going to give you my thoughts on the two chapters and how I feel if this do come out, if Choices does make this into a book. Also, there will be spoilers. So if you're not a fan of spoilers and you want to play this yourself, you can. It's out for everyone to play since this is the pilot episodes. And again, you have been warned. So the Royal Wedding Planner, it says you scored an interview to, let me try that again. I know I'm tired, but good grief. But anyway, you score an interview to plan the upcoming royal wedding. Just don't screw it up. And the betrothed do not make it easy. Okay, so I'm gonna be completely honest. Well, I feel like I'm gonna tell y'all what chapters 1 and 2 are about, and then I give you my thoughts and opinions. Okay, so let's get to the nitty gritty. So we meet, what was her name? I'm trying to figure out what was her default name. I don't know. I just went with Belle. That's just me. So anyway, Belle is a wedding planner, of course, but she's a struggling wedding planner. Like, she has bills that have been piled and piled up. Like, if she doesn't get like a gig that pays a lot of money, she would probably, be out of luck. She has a best friend named Caroline, well, Lady Caroline, and that was the recent, I want to say one of the recent gigs that she had. Well, not too recent, but recent enough that Caroline's like, because she was Caroline Planner and she got paid, she was able, she was able to keep afloat until now. So anyway, Caroline had got her an interview with the prince of the country that, Belle is from, which is, I want to say, Beltavia, Altavia, like that, Beltavia. And um yeah, got her interview um with the Prince of Beltavia and the Princess of, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna call it G, because when I saw the name of the country, I was like, what's that supposed to pronounce? I was like, yeah, no, but basically Roman and Anastasia. So she gets the interview with them, and right off the gate, I'm trying to figure out. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't say I was trying to figure out. Okay, again, like I said, I'm gonna leave my thoughts to myself. But let's just say when we do meet Roman and Anastasia, you they just don't get along. You could tell like they don't get along. You can't even say they are friends. You could say they're like frenemies, because that's the vibe they give off. But anyway, of course, um Belle, she basically, she took this as a challenge. And again, like I said, she needs this. And not only is her business kind of failing, but she also has a reputation because of a, um a wedding that she did plan, and it just was disastrous. And so she has that on her resume, and it's like, again, she's trying to recover from that, and also, again, she's trying to save her business, her dream, her passion. So anywho, she ends up like, having an interview with them. It seemed like it went okay, but like she's not really sure because like again, they are just they just incompatible. Like they're very, very incompatible, which is very surprising and stuff. But again, Belle, she does her best. She ends up leaving and she ends up going to a birthday party with her best friend Caroline. Um, the birthday party is for one of Caroline's friends, Victoria. And of course, while she's there, she sees Roman and Anastasia. And of course, she talks to them separately and things like that. And of course, like, she ends up flirting with them. They end up flirting back. Well, Roman ends up flirting back with her. I didn't flirt with Anastasia, so it was more of a like trying to get to know her as a acquaintance slash friend than anything else. But anyways, she has fun at the party and she goes home, and right before she goes to bed or something like that, she gets a call from the prince and princess, and they end up like, she ends up booking the position to be in a wedding planner. And she's excited. However, she's again nervous. And so that takes us to chapter 2, where again we're talking to Roman and Anastasia, and it's clear as day that they are very incompatible, which makes Belle's job a bit harder, because now she has to figure out how to make both Roman and Anastasia happy, because they both have different vibes of what they want it to be. However, it's like they're not compromising. They're not like having communication. They're not like, it's not a balance between them. And of course, Belle tries her best to like again talk to them like alone, together and alone, basically to just kind of get the vibe of who they truly are. And also in chapter 2, they go to Roman's cousin's wedding to kind of get, well, kind of like a research for Belle and also for Roman and Anastasia as well, to what they want for like their wedding. But Belle, she's making mental notes. She's seeing how things are done, and she's also extremely nervous because she sees Roman's cousin wedding and it's just very high scale, and it's like, okay, like how is she gonna do this and stuff, like she's a little nervous, but again, she is taking her job very seriously. And of course, there's moments where she could spend time with Roman, and also times where she could spend with Anastasia. And again, like when they're not together, everything seems fine. But then when they come together, they just argue like cats and dogs. It's not even funny. Anywho, we end chapter 2 with Roman's father. I want to say his father's advisor. But yeah, we end up with like Roman's father's advisor saying how Roman's father wants to speak to both Roman and Anastasia and also Belle. And that's where we leave off. So now that you know like the whole thing that's going on, let's get to my thoughts on this. This is a hot mess. This is very messy. This is giving me um this is giving me the wedding planner, but only messier. In a way. That's the vibe it's giving me. Only because like literally you are either flirting with basically you can either flirt with Roman or Anastasia, or you can flirt with both. And not only are you flirting with both, but you doing it right in front of their faces. Like literally, there are choices where you could flirt with Roman and Anastasia in like their face. Like, and I was just like, let me see where this goes. So she like Belle ends up saying something that's not like overly flirty, but the response gets you a romance point with Roman, and Roman kind of flirts back with you, and of course Anastasia's like rolling her eyes, and it's like, oh, okay, choices is bold. This is where we're going with. Okay, this is very interesting. And not only that, but I'm gonna be honest, I can't stand stories where the main character is struggling. Like I'm sorry, like whether it's a business, yeah, like when it deals with a business or like their dream, they are struggling, they're broke, they are trying to like hang on. Like I can't stand stories like that, because it's like it's a 50-50 chance that they're either going to succeed or they're going to fail. And we already know that like all characters and stories, just well, depending on the author, but in most stories, the main character is always going to come on top. But I just hate the fact that in the beginning they have to struggle. I would rather them be successful from the jump than to struggle. That's what bothers me a whole lot, and I guess that's one of the things that irritated me, is that she's struggling now. I would have preferred if she was already successful and stuff like that. Like, I would prefer that she was always successful and she was like the best of the best, and they come to her because she's the best of the best type of vibe, instead of this vibe like where she had to, where her best friend basically helped her get an interview. And of course, like Roman and Anastasia, they already interviewed so many wedding planners, and it seemed like none of them had worked. And so they already coming in like, with a negative vibe already, and it's like she had to like actually do something to turn it around, which I thought that was cool in a sense. But again, I would have preferred it if if again, like I said, that she wasn't struggling, and that they was the one to reach out for her and not the other way around. You feel me? Because like I would have preferred that and stuff. Or if they want to add a layer to it, like maybe she got a read on them, like she knows how they act, and she's like, okay, no, I can't do this, but they think she's like a good fit for her and stuff like that. That's what I would have preferred, but it's fine nonetheless. It's just that that's one of the things I just didn't really care for. Um, Another thing that I just don't really care for, like I don't, yeah, another thing I just don't really care for, and again, it maybe could be the fact that this is a pilot. This isn't, like, we don't know for sure if Choices is going to go with this or not. But it's like I wish that Roman and Anastasia was at least friends. They're not even friends. They are like frenemies. Like, when I tell you, like, they are arguing, they are literally arguing. And it's like in chapter 2, they literally are arguing like at the wedding reception. Like, people are like literally staring at them and looking at them, and Belle literally had to drag them out to like a quiet place so she could tell them, hey, knock it off. Because it's like, it makes no sense how they're not friends. My thing is, okay, I get like, okay, maybe this is an arranged marriage. That's understandable. But it's like, look, even though this is an arranged marriage, I expect y'all to at least be civilized, at least be friendly toward each other. They ain't even that. Like, even though they do respect each other, which, like, again, there are moments where when you do talk to Roman and Anastasia by themselves, they respect each other. However, it's like when they come together, all that respect is thrown out of the window, and it's like, what? Like, what? Like, it's just too much. And stuff. And it makes you think, like, okay, why? And I get it. Like, you get just a little teeny bit, which is like, they're trying to make alliance with their country. And my thing is, you couldn't make an alliance some other type of way. I'm just saying, like, y'all have to get married, because clearly y'all suck as a married couple. Y'all, they suck as an engaged couple. It's like, it makes you wonder, did Roman even propose to Anastasia? The way they be arguing, it's like, like, was there even a proposal, or was there like just a contract that says, okay, we're gonna get married, blase this, blase that? Like, it just isn't. Yeah, it's like, wow. um Now again, I'm gonna be honest. um I'm on the fence with this pilot, because again, there are like things that I'm just not really messing with per se. Again, with the main character struggling in the beginning, not only that, but to have a couple that it seems like it's impossible. Like, I understand, like, where um where they were going with this. Like, I get why they was going with this, and stuff like that. However, it's like, okay, if we I also, side note, I don't know why I say it wedding planner, because it's not like it's not like you either had like a connection with Roman or Anastasia first before you find out who they were, type of situation. I guess I just say, like, it just reminds me of the wedding planner, since there's going to be romance between either Belle and Roman, or Belle and Anastasia, or it could be both of them. Um Overall, like I said, this this is a hot mess. So if this does come out, um even though I'm on the fence about it, I would still play it just to see where it goes from here, because it's like, where can you go from here, especially knowing that they are like they are the most unlovable couple ever. Like, they don't act lovey-dovey to each other. They don't hold hands. Again, it's like, I get it. This is arranged marriage. Like, y'all doing this so y'all country could be allied to each other. But again, if we're gonna be married, I at least gotta like you. I don't care if this is arranged marriage. I at least got to like you. Especially, you know, just a bit. Now, it could probably, like, I know it could turn into love, but child, it look like it ain't gonna turn into no type of love. It look like gonna turn into hate, to resentment, but that's it. Again, this is messy. To me, it's messy. So if you enjoy a story like this, then just continue to wait until Choices does turn this into an actual, like, full book and stuff. I can see people who like the whole, like, romance either between the main character and Roman, or the main character and Anastasia. Oh, also another thing that I couldn't stand, because I just thought about it. Okay, so with Anastasia, correct me if I'm wrong, especially if anyone has read um the two chapters. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Anastasia has four avatars you could pick from. I didn't like that Roman only had three. I was like, really? Three? I was like, I want to see how Roman would look if he was black. Like, I didn't even get that. I got like how Roman looked when he's white, when he's Asian, and when he's Hispanic. And I ain't trying to be funny, but it's like y'all could have did a little bit better on the Hispanic and the Asian part. Like the white part, yeah, you got that correctly, but like it's like are y'all looking at Asian people and Hispanic people? Because the women on the women's side, they look good. But it's like the men, it's like they're given Asian and white Hispanic. If yeah, that's what it's given to me. Um Again, also this is just my opinion, so please no hate. But that's what it's given and stuff like that. Because again, like you really couldn't like with Anastasia, you could tell, her being either white, Hispanic, black, and Asian. With um with Roman, like you couldn't really tell, in my opinion. Like it's very subtle. And I don't know if that's what they was going for. Like for instance, like if you ever play Royal Romance and you see like um Liam's avatar, like again, you see like you could tell exactly like what race they are. Whereas with the males and this, it's like again, like I said, it's very subtle in a way. Um but again, who knows if they're going to change it or not. Like I said, this is again still the pilot. So overall, I'm a little bit on the fence of this, only because Roman and Anastasia just is again, like they just don't make a appealing couple. And also the romance side of it is very messy, in my opinion. um Though again, if they do come out with this, I would definitely play it just to see how it would end, because I would like to know how is this going to end, because yeah. But that's all I have to say about the Royal Wedding Planner. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. And that is all that I have for today. Again, let me know what y'all guys think about this story in the comments below. If you like it, if you don't like it. And if you have made it this far, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate it very much. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, see ya.